Hi, everybody. I am Deacon Dave.
I am layperson Lisa.
Welcome to the
Deacon Dave and layperson Lisa.
show. How's that?
We didn't do it together.
You're getting ahead of the game a little bit today. What's
I
going
was
on
trying.
with that?
I'm distracted by trying to cover the light with my head.
Well, you have to be able to multitask, Lisa.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore.
So, we are back to continue talking about our pilgrimage to Italy, northern Italy, on April 13th to the 23rd.
Saints and Shrines of Northern Italy.
Called the...
Saints and Shrines of Northern Italy.
You have to wait for the cue and not get ahead of me, okay?
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Saint
Gemma.
who is from what city?
Lucca. But we also have a sneak peek meeting, October 15th, both in person and online. But you must register, especially if you're going to do the online.
So and the information will be on the screen? Or
It'll be
below?
on in the description area.
Got it.
Yes.
Got
so
it.
Saint Gemma,
Mm-hmm.
I was her for Halloween last year. And she is the patron saint of pharmacists, students, and parachuters. Wow.
Well, you're a pharmacist, but
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
you're a
it.
parachuter.
No.
You're
no
too
desire.
chicken to do something
No
like
desire
that.
to jump out of an airplane. Anyway.
Maybe we should do that while we're over there.
Yeah, you can. I'll watch.
Okay.
Well,
Well, there's a lot of things you didn't think you'd do since you've met me that you've done.
That's true.
You've been canyoning.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. I would totally do that again.
Right. So.
Maybe we should go canyoning.
Or parachuting.
No. I don't want to do that.
We'll see.
Yeah, I heard you get a lot of motion sickness. That's gross.
Tell us about St. Gemma.
So Saint Gemma. So she was she's a mystic. And so she has had visions of Mary and her guardian angel. She kind of reminds me of Padre Pio a little bit. Because she also received the stigmata.
Wow.
And she wanted to be a Passionist nun, but...
What is a Passionist?
It's an order.
Nun? Okay.
It's an order, the Passionists.
What do the Passionists...
What's their charism? You have to come to Italy and find out. But
that means
you probably already know.
Well, remember, I don't activate.
That's what I'm saying. You probably don't. You probably already know, and you're just keeping it to yourself.
That's okay.
To keep us.
Your head
in
is not
suspense.
big enough to cover the light, by the way.
Yours is.
Yeah, I have a big
Surprisingly.
head. That's not surprising at all. Very prideful person.
So anyway, well, so was Saint Gemma. At least she thought so.
Yeah.
But I read some of her writings. I'm like, wow. If you're prideful, I don't know what I am.
Yeah.
So she lost both of her parents.
I resisted answering that question.
So she lost her mom when she was young, and then as an older teenager, she lost her dad, and she had to raise her 7 other siblings. But then she became ill, and so she actually is one of the saints who had to drop out of school because of her health. And so she had some sort of like meningitis or something when she was like 20. But guess what happened?
She was healed?
She was healed. She prayed for the intercession of a blessed, and I can't remember which one. And she was healed of meningitis. But then later on, she developed tuberculosis. She is a great and powerful intercessor for spiritual warfare attacks. The devil would physically attack her, and he would...
Like Padre Pio.
Like Padre Pio, yes. Yeah. And
I see the connection now.
Yeah, totally. And so she would, sometimes she would go to receive the Eucharist, and the devil would be standing next to the priest and like trying to distract her, like, you're not worthy. You better not receive Jesus. You know what you did. And so she had to deal with a lot of spiritual attacks.
So this brings up an interesting thought on being unworthy. Right. Christ dying on the cross has made us worthy.
Yes.
Now, we do need to be, right, in a state of grace in order to receive the Eucharist.
Yes.
But the devil, in not only receiving the Eucharist, but in ordinary life, can tell us that we're unworthy, right, or that we're not good enough, and we can't. Those are just lies, right? God sent His Son to die on a cross for us. Obviously, we must have tremendous value in the eyes of God. He created us to love and to be loved, and it's like, why wouldn't we feel like, hey, I'm feeling really good about, my relationship with God, and that although I'm broken, He receives me where I am, right? It shouldn't be an instrument by which we divide ourselves from God. I don't see how that's productive, but so many people do that, right? I'm not worthy. I've got a bad past. Well, that's why He sent Jesus. So in some ways, we just need to move past that and remember that our experiences, our struggles, our brokenness, they make up the fabric of our life, right? And God will use that fabric to cover other people and their lives to help them have healing. Oh, I never said that before.
Whoa, cover them with that fabric.
I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Coming at a homily near you.
That was very humble of me. Yes. Okay.
So Saint Gemma, she had a diary in which she would talk about her spiritual life, and the devil actually touched it and made it burn. And I'm thinking we're probably going to go, and since we're going to Lucca, where she's from, she's known as the flower of Lucca. I'm thinking we're going to be, and that diary is still around, and so I think we're probably going to go see that diary, and you can see a handprint, a burnt handprint on it. So
it kind of reminds me of Saint Faustina, who we're not going to visit because she's in a different country,
Poland.
But that the devil actually talked her into destroying her diary, right?
Because he appeared as an angel.
Right.
Yes.
So.
Yes. And so she also is known for purity of heart, and she is just a very holy saint. And so I'm looking forward to going to see where she is laid to rest.
So it's really, it brings to mind discernment for me, right? So I think that's why docility and being patient in decisions we make is really important, to really discern, okay, is this the will of God? Is this what He's calling me to? And sometimes it's not the will of God, and sometimes it's not God who's calling, right? We're influenced by situations, people, things, evil, and we can make a decision that's actually counter to what God's will. So discernment and not rushing into decisions, which I can certainly do, just ask my wife, is important. Okay? How's that?
And she also developed a prayer life early in life at a young age. And she was talking to a spiritual advisor as a young woman, probably a early teenager as well.
Prayer life and a spiritual director.
Wow,
what a great example you are, Saint Gemma.
Yes.
And we, prayer life is not listening to podcasts and YouTube videos and all of this stuff, okay? Prayer life is spending silent time with God. Adoration, scripture, church fathers, saints like Saint Gemma, right? Spending time, because God speaks to us when we're reading and we're spending time with Him in silence.
Now I remember what I wanted to say on the St. Luke podcast.
Well, go ahead. You're welcome, Lisa, for reminding me.
So sometimes I think we can, like you were mentioning, oh, I know this story. I think sometimes if we know the story or the scripture, we kind of can get into the habit of really reading it quickly instead of letting God speak to us through it, because but He's always trying to speak to us, especially through scripture. And so there may be, even though it's a familiar passage, there's always an opportunity to allow God to speak to you, to open up your heart and not try to read it quick. Oh, I know what happens, but to let each word, oh, wow.
Yeah, the same scripture you could read 1,000 times and
could have a whole new meaning.
Yeah, especially like you said, if you slow down. And that happened a couple times to me on the Curcio weekend, and certain things strike you, and then you can reflect on them.
Yes.
Hopefully God will also speak to you on the pilgrimage.
Yes.
But you have to come.
Yes.
So be sure to sign up.
Yes.
I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm layperson Lisa.
See you next time.
Bye.
You didn't say it with me.
See you next time? We don't say see you next time together.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
That's backwards now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah, that doesn't sound. I like the other way. All right. See you.